Get started because I know that we have 10 minutes, okay, from doing this 2 other times. And we finish right on time each time.
Very good.
My name is Eric Marichal, and I appreciate you being here with us tonight. So we're going to talk about what we care about. Another way of saying that, okay, what matters to us, what needs our attention in Florence, what are some solutions to issues that we find in Florence, what happens if we ignore the issues. I'd ask you to think about with that. And what are we willing to do to make a lasting, not a temporary difference or change? Okay? So, when we say that, we're looking for a foundational change to issues that exist. And let me define that further for you. 100 years from now, when we look back, or the next generation looks back, we want to be able to say that there were some things that were done where we made a difference at this point in time. So we're being bold, and we're asking you to pray boldly with us as we walk through this endeavor together. And the second thing is we look at the survey results. I'm going to share with you, these were raw interviews. They were interviews done by peers that simply had a list of 8 questions. No one was led, no one had any information in advance to what the questions were going to be about. There were no leading questions. The question was asked, and the answer was given, and it was jotted down. Okay? So the data and the information is pure. And that's a great thing because this is objective, good information to work with. With that, let's jump right into the information in our section. So the 3 questions that were asked. If you knew there were others who care about issues similar to yours or ones that you care about, would you be interested in meeting with those people to work towards a solution or solutions? Fair enough? Okay. Another question. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being minimal and 10 being fully committed, what number best represents your level of commitment to making a positive difference in our city? Very direct, straightforward, no words, number, 1 to 10. Okay? Another question, and the third one we're going to discuss this evening. In your view or views, what are the 3 most pressing problems or issues facing Florence today? And we stopped, and we listened, and we wrote them down. And we didn't ask for 10, we asked for 3. Okay, that's important. We asked for 3. Then, after we received the 3, would you mind sharing with us off the cuff some solutions to those 3 problems that you just mentioned? So we received proposed solutions for those that wanted to share those. That's all we're going to talk about here in the next 7 minutes. Okay? And the survey says, on the question, would you be interested in meeting with others that care about the similar or same issues to work towards solution? 69 out of 70 people said yes. They'd be willing to work toward together, that's the important word, work together towards some meaningful, concrete solutions that would make a difference, and a lasting difference. Again, not change, but transformation would be the word I would be using. The other question we discussed was level of commitment, 1 to 10. 67 out of 70 provided an answer. Now, I don't know if we lost the other 3 or what, but we have 67 responses out of 70. And the average number was right at 9. We had in the 8s and we had a couple of 10s, but we ended up right at 9. Now, these 2 questions, with interviews being done of people that we wanted to find out where their head was on these questions, we would expect that we would get positive, high responses to these questions. Fair, valid. But to be at this high a level says something about this community and our willingness to engage, which is a word we used up front, to engage the issue and not just give it lip service, but to engage the issue. Okay? The third question, and the one that we're probably, I don't want to say most interested in, but is kind of has our curiosity, let's say, as what were the most noted issues, or what issues were noted as being most important towards improving the quality of life. Again, improving the quality of life in Florence today, and for it to be a lasting difference. 213 responses. So that's a good bit of information, right? It's not like everybody said the same thing. 213 variations to that question of the 70 people, from the 70 people that responded. So, let's see what those are. And we'll do this in David Letterman format. We'll start with number 6, okay? Number 6, education. 16% of the respondents mentioned education as one of their top 3 items. Number 5, unemployment. 19% of individuals mentioned unemployment or the need for gainful employment. So you can define it either way, right? If we want to put a positive, we'd say the need for gainful employment in the community. Number 4, deterioration of the family. The need to have role models, both male and female, in the family for our children, and the importance of the whole unit being together and trying to reinforce what family does from the foundation of childhood all the way up through. Because what do we know happens? It's generally, it is generational as far as what happens with the family. Okay? 24% mentioned deterioration of the family. Number 3, homelessness. 27%. Now there were different variations. There could be poverty, there could be economic issues listed, but homelessness as a word was mentioned 27% of the time as a top 6 issue for this community, is on the heart of the people who were interviewed. Number 2, lack of unity or coordination, I'll say. And there's another word that Glenn has used, technical term called silo mentality. Let me just kind of put some words behind this. The responses would have been around this: we see good things happening, but we don't see maybe a coordinated and efficient effort. We have not-for-profits working, but they're not working together, and we're competing for the same dollars and the same people for the board and this and that, and you get the picture there. A need for coordinated effort in leadership and people working within those organizations. And number 1, and really 1 and 2 were a 0.1% difference. Racial division was listed, okay, as an issue that needs to be addressed in this community. So that was the information as raw as it came back to us, and we're sharing that with you this evening. What I would leave you with from Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? And I think that verse is read tonight for us to think about and ponder as well. And Oswald Chambers defines service. Service is the overflow which pours from a life filled with love and devotion. God brings me into the proper relationship with Him so that I can understand and discern His call, and then I can serve Him on my own out of motivation of love and adoration and absolutely focused on Him. So that's just what I thought I would leave you all with. And we're going to be asking, you've been through each of the talks, if you will, and that's the survey. You've heard the survey and the results of the survey. We're just asking you to kind of think on that for a moment. We'll get back together and we're going to ask probably some of you who feel that you want to share some thoughts in a small group, just to process, what did I hear? What is this what can we do with the information that's here? And that's why this is a movement. A movement, there is no organization. This is a movement. It's just a process of information that's flowing, and we help together all decide how that information moves and evolves into another form, which is what we do want, some information and feedback. Is there the interest to engage the issues as it evolves into another form. And I think we're dismissed. Thank you.